We are the group 2 and we are here to discuss about media and globalization. So our members are Tabanao Derek Lexter, Cayetano Zuniega, me, Saison Ralph Vincent, Del Rosario Chris Mark, Libusquilio Louis J, Dandan Kim Philip, Torres Arnel, and Aldwin Sinita. What is the role of media in globalization? So this slide here states that media is an important factor in spreading globalization. For example, atong Facebook. So all people around the world can see your Facebook status. That's one of cultural exchange using media. So media serves as bridge from people from countries to countries around the world. With the use of media, our globalization is unlike before. So before kailangan pa mag galleon trade, mga ships para ma-spread ang globalization. Right now, sayon ra kayo with the use of internet, social media platform, television, radio, computers. All around the world is interconnected with the use of media. That's why it serves as a key component in spreading globalization.
If before the 1990s, mainstream media systems in most countries of the world were relatively national in scope, since the most communication media have become increasingly global, extending the reach beyond the nation state to conquer audience worldwide. So in 1990s, before 1990s kay kanang grabe dali kay ni siya ni kalat kay nindot siya nga media communication. International flows of information have been assisted by the development of global capitalism. So pagka-develop sa global capitalism, so kanang through the use of the new technologies, gadgets, televisions, kay mas gipadali niyang communication through TV, like nga ana ba, kay mas madali man siya kay for worldwide. For example, naibalita sa diri sa mo dali kay maabot diha kay through gadgets na. Then which has occurred as a consequence of the deregulation policies adopted by the various countries in the Europe and the United States in order to permit the proliferation of the cable and satellite channels. So pwede na makuha siya worldwide kay tungod sa channels nga pwede na siya makonektanan. That's all.
So, pros and cons of media globalization. So, first, the pros. Media like society has become greatly diverse, therefore offering a variety of choice to individuals worldwide than ever before. So, sa una is lahi ra gyud sa karon kay ang sa una kay use ra og kining mga newspaper and or radio. So muna ilang gamiton para kuno communication gani unsay mga balita sa laing gawas or kining panghitabo. So consumers are in control and also have a vast choice in their media consumption, and this is turn widen cultural horizon and gives persons access to various cultures worldwide. So ang kuan sad mo nakakuan sa sa kining media is kanang unsay culture sa laing country. So mas unsa nato makita nato nga mo na nilang culture day nga ipangbuhat nila. So likely kanang sa gawas is kanang normal sila nga murag magbikini sila gani. So sa tuwa kay kuan raman kanang kuan gid ba close gid ato ang kuan gani yung sa tong body. So Si McLuhan in 1980 stated that the rise of communication technologies would culminate in the creation of global village. So, one capable of enhancing initial understanding between people and forging new communication. So, mula gina siya tungod sa kuan sa media is nisaka ang kuan gani sa communications sa other country because of technologies, new technologies. Um, Matos in 2012 stated that new technological permitted a reduction in cost of communication, computerized technology, the internet, and satellite television have all contributed to the reduction of cost, encouraging um, homemade production. So, yung state dre is anong kwan mm, sa because of sa communication ron or sa new technology is kuan siya kanang ni kuan na gid siya ba ni because of internet and um sa kuan pa is ng kuan na gyud kanang because of high technology. So mo na siya nga kuan siya ng ah, di na kay siya risky nga pagka kuan silbi pagkuan sa tong globalization ba kay makita naman din nato, so mo na siya.
These are the cons of media. So, in 1999, Elton argues that global culture has led to the westernization of other cultures. It forces other cultures to move to be open in other countries, and this causes damage to the cultures of other countries. One example of this is that the influence of K-pop to the younger generations of Filipinos, especially women. Mostly younger women in the Philippines are so obsessed with this group where they come to the point that they want to learn and their languages and culture. Nowadays, mostly young generations follow on what they say on social media, causing them to forget the culture, the real culture of Filipino or the original culture of a Filipino. Second is technology becomes too important or too special for us where we are so dependent on it that we use it to buy the things we like, and we also put our identities, some put their bank accounts on technology, and without knowing that this could have a bad impact on them, which they could leak their identities, or much worse is their bank account. Third is anyone can access the media, and anything is accessible in media. And nowadays, anyone can access media. Our siblings, our children, and we cannot watch them every time. If we cannot know if they have opened some sites that they shouldn't have seen. So that's the negative. They might open some adult sites. That is not good for them. The fourth is that anyone can access technology and media. Some villages have no access to technology that causes them to be left behind. When time comes, these villagers come to the urban or cities to apply for work. The chances they have is too low because mostly companies nowadays uses technology, and that is the cons of media and globalization.
There globalization without media? For me is no, because media is important to us. Even now, even right now, media is important in our globalization. For example, like today that we are encountered pandemic. If there have no media, we cannot access what the earth is going right now, and we cannot be know what happening in our globalization. That's why media is important to us, and especially as as me as a student, it will be invaluable to student in international media, cultural studies, communication, and interrelationship. Media is important because we can access in other country what their culture, what their their action. That's why globe that's why media is important to our globalization. And by using personal history and picture engage the reader so that the the globalization will know what happening in our country. That's why it's very important that media is belong is belong to us, and it can create our daily lives easier, just like a media, for example, like television, internet, Facebook, Twitter, and etc. That's a example of media that we using today that involve to interact in other country, or to be easier what happening, or just like our pandemic today as a COVID-19, what is the overall result of the cases, and what to do, or the rules that we will be not doing it, and what we do for not just easier to get that COVID or virus. So that's why media is important in our globalization.
So, their globalization without media. So, globalization of media is to unify widely different cultures and integrated them into one world. Geographical closeness and or cultural relations help media a lot between two different countries situated thousands of miles away from each other, but media brought them closer by providing platform to exchange feelings and culture. Cable and satellite TV were known by most Americans, Canadians, and some European countries in early ages, and is now spreading in most other countries of the world. Media is involved in a certain really important events and affect their outcome, like media markets, audiences, advertisements, financial market, education, and many other creative industries. So, ang globalization of media is to unify that sa kanang different cultures, and then ang media mo to'y maka murag para mausa ba, para murag maduol, like satellite, para maka communication tanan, commute tanan. Then mao to'y gingon to, like magamit sila og satellite TV para maka-connect bitaw tanan. Ah.
Media globalization, a form of cultural imperialism. As technology develops, technology made it possible to make a worldwide movement toward economic, financial trade, and communication integration, which is called globalization. So, sa nagkadugay, nagka-develop ang teknolohiya sa kalibutan. Nahimong possible ang worldwide movement sa ekonomiya, financial o communication integration. Mao ni siya ang gitawag nato og globalization. So, the globalization paradigm started with a good purpose. It was to unify the world and to share and understand each other's culture. However, it turns out globalization paradigm had its flaws, and these flaws are described as cultural imperialism. So gisugdan og gihimo ni siya para sa kayuhan sa mga katawhan ug sa ubang nasod aron magkahiusa. Pero naagihapon kini mga kasayupan nga itakol sa cultural imperialism.
So good evening everyone, I am Engine Cadet Direct Lecturer Tabanao. I am here to summarize our report about media and globalization. So the role of mass media today in globalization plays a vital role in globalization because with mass media we can easily know the other culture because they facilitate cultural change and multiple flows of information and images between countries. So by that, we can learn or know about their culture. So next is the pros and cons of media. So pros and cons of media globalization. So media-like society has become greatly diverse, therefore offering a variety of choices to individuals worldwide than ever before. So ang media daw kuno karon kay daghan na siya og choices like BBC, CNN, ENC, ingana. So people can easily choose sa ilang gusto nga media. Next. So cons. So technology makes us vulnerable. We have become so dependent on technology through online shopping, online banking, and data storage that we are more likely to have our information stolen so that we could be financially disseminated in a short period of time. So ang kon sa globalization is vulnerable ta sa technology, like kanang atong mga account, ang atong mga personal information mabutang nato sa media. So which is basically nang easy ra siya ma-hack or makita sa uban, labi ng mga expert nga hacker. So pwede na magamit atong identity through hacking. So which is very not good for our personal. Next. What would be globalization without media? In recent years, there has been growing body of research on the topic of globalization. Globalization is generally a process that we experience every day, according to the professor Thierry Ratanin. Practically, there is no globalization without media. So sakto ang iyang giingon nga. There's no globalization without there's no globalization without media. Yung ano man kay isa ang media sa nag-promote sa globalization. Sila man ang naghatag sa sila may mo relay sa mga informations about the other country, about sa unsang ilang mga products dito, like kanang mga bitaw mga Discovery Channel na National Geographic. So makabalota kung unsa ilang mga dito, unsa ka advance ang ilang technologies dito through that. So next, media globalization, a form of cultural imperialism. As technology develops, technology made it possible to make a worldwide movement toward economic, financial, and communication integration, which is called globalization. So by that, globalization is a paradigm started with a good purpose. It was to unify the world and to share how and understand each other cultures. However, it turns out globalization paradigm had its flaws, and these flaws are described as cultural imperialism. Kay man kining through globalization media. So pwede lang magamit ang atong culture para makakuan sila sa atong personal. So that's all. Thank you.